I don't like to be clipped. Everyone knows I hate being clipped. If you clip me, I take down your channel. So you better be careful, Fusilli Grind. Make sure your clipping is transformative.
The so-called skater-owned shoe brands. I don't know how many of the brands are actually still skater-owned.
These core shoe brands where I don't even know how core the core shoe brands are anymore. Like, who owns any of this crap? So Fusilli Grind, like, you clip this, put it on your channel. I'm gonna toss you another couple, maybe 1.5K, maybe another 2K. I don't know. I know you're building the channel right now. I'll throw you a bone. I just asked you got. If you want to call me out, Fusilli Grind, you got to do a better job than that.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the show. It's nice to have you back again. We've got a fun episode for you guys today. Doing a little business reporting here on Fusilli Grind this week. And this is actually a viewer-submitted topic. Shout out to Avalon5109. Thank you, Avalon. You know, I spoke a little bit recently on the so-called core skater-owned shoe brands and their trajectory in the skateboard business landscape recently. So instead of Avalon's request to focus on what's going on at Etnies, I want to zoom out a little bit and focus on the acquisition of the parent company Soul Technology Inc., or Soul Tech as it's better known, by the Nidecker Group, which is a Swiss company that owns several well-known snowboarding brands. Before I jump into it, I need to send a big shout out to Board Sport Source, European surf, skate, snow business. I love you Europeans. Nothing is too niche to not have a business journal written about it. I encourage you all to go check out their coverage of this, and right here I've lifted an excerpt from the interview that they did with Pierre-Andre. For those of you who aren't familiar with Pierre-Andre, he's the founder of Etnies and then Soul Tech. He founded Etnies in France back in the 80s. Etnies was famous for having the first ever pro model skate shoe. I've got a picture right there, the Nautis Copus Pro model. Pierre-Andre would go on to found the other brands S, Emerica, and 32 Snowboarding along the way. And it seems that Pierre-Andre has seen it fit to hand over the reins of Soul Tech to the Nidecker Group by way of this acquisition, by way of selling it to them, basically. And if you look at his answer to the question how the new business will be structured, it appears that the Nidecker Group has offered Pierre the opportunity to stay on as CEO of all of the previous Soul Tech brands. And Nidecker will take on all of the back office, fulfillment, distribution, all of the stuff that Pierre is quoted as saying that he does not enjoy about the business. If you read the rest of the interview, which I encourage you all to go do, Pierre talks about, kind of the legitimacy of these Nidecker guys. Apparently it's a group of brothers from Switzerland who grew up snowboarding and skateboarding. He describes them as being very passionate and does his best to convince us that they really give a shit about skateboarding as well as snowboarding, although I'm kind of skeptical on that. Either way, if you're Pierre-Andre, I think this is a good move for you. They offered you to stay on, as an exec at the brands that you founded and started, while having the security of a succession plan, having somebody to carry the business on, beyond you when you finally decide to check out from it. Will it be in good hands sort of thing. So I think Pierre tries to convince us that yes, he believes that it will be in good hands. When we want to look into the future and try and forecast what's going to happen with, the beloved core original skate shoe brands that Soul Tech brought us, I think we need to consider a little bit more about what Nidecker is. So what do we know about this Nidecker group? They're snowboarders primarily. Although they did put it right there front and center, all the names of the skate shoe brands that they bought right there on their homepage of their website. But they're snowboarders from Switzerland. Their headquarters are in Halle, Switzerland, which looks like a beautiful little medieval bastion on the shores of Lac Le Mans. But they're Swiss. What do we know about Swiss people? What do Swiss people love? Banking, business, and board sports, right? So it all sort of adds up when you look at it that way. The thing that really stuck out to me about this deal was the mention of 32. Maybe you guys aren't as familiar with 32 if you don't live in a place near mountains or something. By the way, shout out to Dayton Hamill. I've been watching a couple of his videos. He's like the snowboarding gifted hater. But from those videos, I learned that 32 is still generally regarded as a core snowboarding brand with some clout, albeit a bit of an entry-level brand. But when I heard that, the whole Nidecker acquisition of Soltech thing started to change shape in my mind a little bit. It totally makes sense to me that some industrious Swiss snowboard guys would want to snap that up. And my theory is that Etnies, Emerica, and S, the skate shoe brands, the so-called core skate shoe brands, were basically thrown in as part of the deal. If you look at this headline from another Board Sports Source article about this acquisition, Nidecker acquires 32. Right there, the first thing that they mentioned, Nidecker acquires 32 Etnies, S, and Emerica. Interview with the Nidecker brothers. It's only common sense that they're going to be able to do best with what they know. And if you think about the relative sizes of the markets, and listen, I know that this is like the most janky Google AI response type reporting statistics, but at least it gets us ballpark somewhere. And I know that it says skiing and snowboarding market combined. But I think, in that market, there's a lot more fluidity between the verticals. Like you might be a skier but wear a Burton jacket, especially with the cut and sew stuff. I think there's more fluidity between brands across the sports, whereas skateboarding is just skateboarding. And I feel like skiing and snowboarding is also just a thing that more casuals enjoy, and that combined with how much more all your ski snowboard kit costs all in versus $150-200 for a skateboard and shoes. It's just the sad truth. There's no money in skateboarding. We all know this. It's not new to us. So it shouldn't come as a surprise to us, that these Nidecker guys are going to focus on what's making them money. They're Swiss. But anyway, this is a skateboard channel. You guys are here to listen to me talk about skateboard shit generally and play Geoguessr, some of you. But I figured we should go through the skater-owned so-called core skate shoe brands and think about what the future holds for them after this acquisition. First up, the original Soltech brand, Etnies shoes. And the way I went about this was I went to the website for each brand and then tried to get to the team page. And on the Etnies website, you can't even get to the team page in the current iteration. I was able to get on the team page through a little backdoor URL sleuthing. And this is what they have. It's just an empty web page with nothing on it. So Etnies is obviously in a complete restructuring ground zero in terms of skate team. Will they continue to have a skate team? I don't know. They've lost a couple of big cash cows, most namely Chris Joslin. I don't think there was a better fit than Joslin and Etnies over the past 10 years, so that's kind of a big one. Ryan Sheckler also jumped ship, I guess about when the Nidecker group bought Soltech. That's going back about 6-7 months to get on that Mark Wahlberg municipal brand, which in retrospect was a great move from the modern day Sheckler, who, by the way, shout out Rodrigo. He saw this and texted me about it. Yeah, I got a text from him the other day. It said, "Why does Ryan Sheckler just look like Mark Hamill now?" Anyway, Aurélien Giraud is also off, although I think we all can sort of surmise where he might go in the near future for shoe sponsor. I'm not really worried about Aurélien and his future. The two other skaters on Etnies who came to mind were Julian Lewis and Fabiana Delfino, who both still have the Etnies tag in their bio. Haven't seen any long-winded post from either of them, so maybe they're still on. Maybe they've gotten contacted by the Nidecker boys, and the Nidecker boys have given them an offer that they can't refuse. So maybe they do want to hold on to a skate team and not just blow Etnies out, at the Walmarts of the world. It's hard to say at this time because it's such a pivotal time. when there's a big corporate takeover and a company changes hands, there's a lot of bloodletting up front. A lot of people leave, and the new ownership sort of installs their new management, and then people start butting heads, and then even more people leave. So, this has only just begun to shake out before our eyes in the public. Okay, S Skateboarding. So S still has a team page with 5 guys on it. Tom Penny, Kelly Hart, Tom Asta, TJ Rogers, and Wade DeSarmo. And of those 5 guys, I know that Tom Asta has already decided to leave S because he hit us with one of those classic me in my car vlogs bearing my soul. Thank you, Tom. That was very informative and helpful for making this video, and I wish you nothing but the best. In that video, Tom intimates that TJ, Wade, and Aimu are going to continue riding for the brand, at least for the time being. I'm not sure if he mentioned that Kelly or Tom Penny were going to stay involved. I think if you're the Nidecker group, you definitely want to keep someone like Kelly and absolutely need to keep someone like Tom Penny involved. And what I mean by that is Kelly, as brand manager, like him or hate him, has done a lot for S in the past 10 years, namely working on things like getting Tom Penny back in the fold. And Tom Penny's super ultra mega legend status is basically the only thing keeping those hideous puffy S's moving right now, I think. So I think if you're the Nidecker group, you definitely want Tom Penny. Aimu, he's going to get plucked. He's too good for S. The money's going to hit him like a ton of bricks, and he's just not going to be able to hang on. TJ and Wade, yeah, maybe they're keeping the Canadian market locked down. I don't know. Maybe they're playing ball with the Nideckers. I'm not sure. Maybe they just want to hang in there. Maybe they've been made offers. If they're keeping some of these guys, I'm a little bit confused why they're not going to keep Tom. Maybe it was a money thing, but, I would have thought they would have wanted to keep Tom because he's got a pretty solid following with his YouTube stuff now, and people seem to like him. And last but not least, we have Emerica, and Emerica's got a big old roster on their website, on their team page. So what is that, 13 guys? Emerica's kind of an interesting one because they've been holding on to this same image for the past 15 or so years. They can't grow out of the green filter. But because of their inability to change, they've actually got a pretty cohesive team going on. I'd say most of these guys and their style and swag wouldn't work anywhere else but Emerica. Braden could probably be cozied up to Nike. We all learned that in Gifted Haters Contest Skater Tier List video from 2 years ago. But the rest of these guys, I think Leo would be a good heritage pick for Vans, maybe Winkowski for Vans. Spanky could work on Vans or Cons or Last Resort, something like that. But the rest of these guys, man, I don't know. Figgy iPath, maybe? Figgy for iPath 2025, that might be something we need to work on. When I look at what could be a grim future, for these Soul Tech brands, Emerica is actually the one that worries me the most. Because of the consolidation into the big brands, I don't know where a lot of these guys are going to find homes. They might be, unhoused in the shoe department. Anyway, that's kind of it. That's what I know and what I think about the future for these shoe brands from Soul Tech. I think 32 is not going anywhere. I think Nidecker is going to take 32 and run with it. These are all private companies, so we don't know the numbers that they're doing annually, but I would imagine that 32 probably outperforms the shoe brands, maybe combined, in any given year. So hopefully Pierre's right, and they keep the shoe brands going and attempt to keep it core somehow, but I don't have high hopes. I could see those brands fading into obscurity if they're not turning a profit for the Nidecker boys. So my heart goes out to everybody who's working over there or who skates for those brands. Corporate takeover's a bitch. Anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for watching, as always. And stick around if you want to see me smack my next unsuspecting victim in a game of Geoguessr. Alright. Let's see what we get. Pablo Huerta, he's on a 2-game streak. Not for long, Pablo. All right. Le Lamparo. Look at those fish. Nice. Where do you guys think this is? Inter? It's not Inter Milan, though, although this is looking sort of Milanese, maybe. Or is this... Should I walk around? Restaurant. Let's see this van. Oh, Marseillaise à pétanque. Yeah, it's somewhere. Maybe it's down here. A little pétanque. You guys know about pétanque? Should we get into pétanque on the show? Maybe we'll have Jeffrey on and talk about pétanque. You guys don't even know. You don't even know about Jeffrey. Is this Barcelona? No, it's Marseille. Yeah, it's Marseille. Okay. Yeah, why else would they be talking about pétanque on the bus? On a bus stop advertisement. Alright, Jinjiang Utara. This is looking like somewhere in... Jalan. Mainland Malaysia. Okay, mainland Malaysia, you have poles with black stickers or signage. So we go mainland Malaysia. Somewhere outside of Kuala Lumpur. It could be Johor. But I'm not good at guessing Malaysia, but that's like a telltale mainland Malaysia when you have a black... Well, that's not really this example, but use some other example. Like that. Yep. Okay, and he knew that too. He could tell, so he knew that was downtown KL, which is what the Lokes call it, I think. Uh-oh. Pretty rural here. Okay. Holy poles. These are small holy poles. That's when you have a concrete pole with holes in it. And these kind of T-poles. This is a very Eastern Europe thing. Let's see. Is this a... And this is telltale Poland. This is the only country that has a crossing guard. Or crossing walk. So this guy probably knows all about these Poland metas. This is a pretty easy Poland round. Very Polish-looking trees. Beautiful town. Looks like it was a nice day. Okay, it was way north. Max north. Gdansk. Yeah. Okay, so we picked up 500 points. But I think we're still hanging in there pretty good. Not flawless, but we're doing okay. Is this Poland again? Oh, no. This is, oh, God. There's all sorts of things in here that I should know. This is Austria. Could be. This is somewhere in Wien. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I think it's Vienna. Looks like Vienna-ish. Oh, no. It was Linz. Okay. Yeah, I've never been to Linz, so I don't know what it looks like, but maybe that's what it looks like. Man, all this urban Europe. So annoying. Hamnar Centrum. I don't know, where's Hamnar, guys? Sateri Gatan, so somewhere up here. Gatan, that's like, you know. Where's Hamnar? Do you guys know where Hamnar is? I'm just gonna hedge Uppsala. Looks like too big of a building for Uppsala. This sucks though, I'm playing against a Belgian guy. So, like, this is right in his breadbasket. Okay. Yeah, it was Gothenburg. Is this Hamnar? I'll have to remember that. I'll have to remember Hamnar. Caravaggio. Michelangelo Merisi. Pittore. So, obviously, this is Italy. We've got blue strips on either side of the plate. Caravaggio. I'm just going to hedge north because I don't think it's Rome. Roma. It looks kind of northern to me, but it's maybe I didn't go far north enough. Or maybe it is Rome. Ecceto. I'm going to go to fucking Italy. Milano. Yeah, see, I wasn't far enough north. Yeah. But I hedged north, which was good, so I pick up some points. Kind of a slow game here, because there's so much Europe coverage that this guy just can drive to from his house. Alright, here we go. So, where is this shit? Restaurant. I've picked wrong on Kenya so many times on stream. Well, it's not stream, but you know what I mean. Is this Kenya, though? They're driving right. So is this Nigeria? This might... No. Or is this... Doesn't Kenya have yellow license plates, too? Oh, God, he knows. Oh, French Pole. It's Senegal. There was so much English. Oh, yeah, okay. Wow, he found the town. That's Tis, okay. Jeez, man, that was... I should have had a Senegal locked in quicker than that, because they were driving right. Alright, somewhere in urban Europe. I'm gonna get smoked again. Probably. Decent part of town here. Volvo. Look at all these small, economical, beautiful cars that probably wouldn't kill you if they ran into you. Alright. This is gonna be... I'm gonna hedge halfway between Helsinki and Stockholm. We're gonna go Turku. See how that does. Because that looked like Finnish on that sign, right? This is Finnish, right? Look at you. Oh, smacked him. That's it. That's game. Smacked him on Turku. GG's, Papa. All right. That was a fun one. You know? He was good opponent. Shout out Pablo. Shout out Fusilionaires. Bye-bye.